All right, so this is your 7-1 notes. We're going to go ahead and start with the first 6. So it says determine whether each expression is a monomial. All that means is it's just either numbers or constants multiplied together, kind of put together if you want to say. Write yes or no and then explain. So for this first one, it's just a number. Okay, so mono means one, just one little thing right there by itself. So the answer for number 1 is going to be yes. Number 2, this is not a monomial because you have two things. You have a minus b. So this one's no, it's because you are subtracting. Subtracting. Okay, number 3. Number 3 is going to be no because you have two things here that you are dividing. Number 4 is yes, you just have your one variable, which is y. Number 5 is yes, because this is one whole thing, even though it's being multiplied together, it's still one term. And then number 6 is no, because of addition. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to simplify these. I want you to write this down. These problems right here, whenever you are multiplying, so make a note over here, when you are multiplying exponents are added. So, okay, we're going to start here at number 7. And like always, you can pause this, rewind it, whatever if I go too fast. I just got to hurry before my baby wakes up from her nap. So here we're multiplying. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add these exponents. So we have 2 plus 3 plus 6. And what that gives us is a to the 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. So a to the 11th power is your final answer. Okay. Number 8, same thing. We have x. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that here you're like, oh, there is no exponent, but there actually is an exponent, and that exponent is going to be a 1. So there's a 1 right there. So when we're looking at these exponents, we have 1 plus 2 plus 7. And so that gives us x to the power of 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 7 is 10. All right, number 9. So again, what I'm going to do is where you don't really see an exponent. It's that imaginary number 1. So there's a 1 here on the z and a 1 for your exponent for y. You have two different things here. You have y. So we have y to the second power and y to the first power. And then we have z, and that's to the first power and to the second power. So I'm just looking at what my exponents are for each. So for the y, we have 2 plus 1, which is 3. And for the z, we have 1 plus 2, which is 3. And so that is your final answer. All right, number 10. So again, first thing I like to do is where I don't technically see an exponent, I put 1 there. So if you look here, this k needs to have a 1. And then I'm just going to split it up between my two different variables. So here I have L. We have a 2. And then the other L has a 3. And then I have K. We have 2 plus 1. And so we're just going to simplify. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then K, 2 plus 1 is 3. All right. Number 11. Okay, so here I don't have to fill in anything because every single variable, which are your letters here, has an exponent. So I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite this. So my A's, I have the exponents 2 and 2. And for my B's, I have the exponents 4 and 4. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. So we have A, 2 plus 2 is 4. And we have B, 4 plus 4 is 8. All right. Number 12. So again, first step is wherever I don't see an exponent, I'm going to put one. So c is to the first power. And that's it. So now I'm going to rewrite this. C, my exponents are 1 and 3. And then I have D, my exponents are 2 and 2. So I'm going to simplify this. So we have C to the fourth power, and we have D to the fourth power. And then I'm going to go ahead and box this in. Okay, two more for this side. So here, what I want you to notice is that you have this 2 and you have this 3 that are non-exponents. So what you do with those two is you multiply them, 2 times 3, because they're non-exponents. Okay, then I have my variable x. My exponents here are 2 and 5. The only time you add them when you multiply are when they're exponents. So now we're going to go ahead and simplify this. 2 times 3 is 6, and then 2 plus 5 is 7. And that's my final answer. Alright, and then last one like this. So again, if you notice, you have a 5 and a 4. Those are, they're not exponents, so we're going to multiply them like we're supposed to, 5 times 4. And then the last thing you have is you have your variable a. My exponents are 7 and 2. When you multiply, you add the exponents. So we're going to simplify. 5 times 4 is 20. And then we have 7 plus 2, which is 9. And that's my final answer. All right. So now we're going to do a couple more. So we're going to start with number 15. So for this one, again, I'll highlight here so you can see 4 and 3. Those are not exponents, so we're going to go ahead and multiply those. 4 times 3. Now I'm going to look at my exponents. Okay, so if you notice again, here x is to the power of 1. So I have two variables. So we have x, 1 plus 3. And then my other variable that I have, we'll do red, is y, and we have 3 plus 5. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 3 plus 5 is 8. And that is your final answer. All right. And again, like I said, if I go too fast, you can always slow this down. So here, you just have a 7. So that's my first number I'm going to put here, 7. And then we're just going to go variable by variable. So I have a. My exponents are 5 and 2. Okay, so I'm looking here at the 5 and I'm looking here at the 2. And then my other one is b. And we have 2 plus 3. So again, you're just looking at your exponents, 2 and 3. When you multiply, you add them. So I'm going to simplify this, 7. And then a, 5 plus 2 is 7. And then b, 2 plus 3 is 5. And that is your final answer. Okay. So the next one. So again, if it helps to highlight, I mean, y'all know y'all can use colors. Even on your test, y'all know I allow that. So here we go. We have negative 5 times 3. And then the only variable that I have here is m. And my exponents are 3 and 8. So I'm going to do 3 plus 8. That's an 8. That's an 8. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and simplify. So that's negative 15. And this is m. 3 plus 8 is 11. So m to the 11th power. Okay. All right, number 18. So again, I'm going to highlight these just so I know these are not exponents. So I'm going to write that out. We have negative 2 times negative 4. And then I have two variables. Now what I'm going to do before I even write these down is I notice that I need to put exponents. So d to the power of 1, c to the power of 1, and d to the power of 1 again. Okay, so now we're going to go letter by letter. So first I have c. My exponents are 4 plus 1. And then I have the letter, I have the letter d, and my exponents are 1 plus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. Negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8. C, 4 plus 1 is 5. D, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 8 times c to the 5th power times d squared is my final answer. All right. Now, for these next problems, I want you to write over here off to the side. So for these problems right here, okay, I want you to write anytime and I'm probably going to have to stop this because I hear my baby stirring. Anytime you have a power to a power, you multiply. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, we'll start over here at number 19. So pretty much this is going to be kind of like distributing. So we do pink. You take the 3 and you're going to distribute it right here to the 2. So what this is you will have 10. Anytime you have a power to a power, you multiply them. 2 times 3. So what that gives you is 10 to the 6th power. Okay. All right. Number 20. So again, you have a power to a power. And so what I'm going to write out is P. Power to a power, you multiply. So 3 times 12 is 36. Okay. 21. So here, this one's a little bit different. You have to go to the -6 and to the p. So remember, here, my invisible exponent is a 1. So I'm going to write this out. I'm going to do 2 separate things. We have -6 squared, and then we have p, power to power, you multiply. So -6 squared is a positive 36, and you can put that in the calculator if you're not sure. And then we have 1 times 2, which is 2. And that's your final answer. Alright, number 22. So again, okay, we have to distribute to the -3, and we distribute to the y. So remember, this is a 1. So we have -3 to the 3rd power, and we have y 1 times 3. Okay, -3 to the 3rd power. If you put that into your calculator, -3 times -3 times -3, or you can do -3 to the 3rd power, and you get -27, and you get y, whoops, wrong color, y, 1 times 3 is 3. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Next one. We have a 2. We have to distribute, okay, to the 3, to the p, and to the r. Don't forget p has an exponent of 1. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So we have, first up, I have 3 squared. And then we have p, 1 plus 2. I'm sorry, not plus, it's times. Power to the power, you multiply. 1 times 2. And then we have r, 2 times 2. Power to the power, you multiply. Okay? So 3 squared is 9. For my p, 1 times 2 is 2. For my r, 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. Last one like this, 24. We're going to distribute again the 2 to the 2, to the b, and to the c. So here we have 2 squared, and then we have b, power to power, you multiply, so 3 times 2, and then we have c, power to power, you multiply, so 4 times 2. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and simplify this. So 2 squared is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 2 is 8. And that's your final answer. Alright, we got 3 more, and hopefully I can get this done before Brenna wakes up, which she's already awake, but she's not crying, so let me see if I can get these 3 done real quick. So this one, you're finding the area of each figure. Here you have a rectangle. Area for your rectangle is length times width. So here's your length, here's your width. So area is equal to, my length was x to the 5th power times my width, which is x to the 2nd power. Okay, when you multiply, you add those exponents. So 5 plus 2 is 7. And that's your answer. And like I said, you can always rewind. You can pause it to write. I just gotta go quickly before I have a crying baby. Okay, so again, you have a square. You can use side times side or side squared or length times width. It doesn't matter. I'll just do length times width again. So here's your length. Here's your width. So area is equal to CD times CD. I'm going to go ahead and put my exponents on here. So this is all to the power of 1. So I have area is equal to, I have two different variables. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is C. When you multiply, you add. And then we have D. When you multiply, you add. Always add those exponents. So area is equal to 1 plus 1 is 2. And 1 plus 1 is 2. And that's your final answer. All right, last one is a triangle. So my formula here is area is equal to base times height divided by 2. Here's my base. Here's my height. So area is equal to my base, which was 9p cubed, times my height, which is 4p divided by 2. Okay, so I have area is equal to, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at what are not my exponents. So I'm going to go ahead and do that part first. 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, so I'm just going to write this over here. You have 36 divided by 2, and that gives you 18. So you have 18. And then I have p. When I look at my p, my exponents were 3, and I have a 1 here. So we have 3 plus 1. So my final answer here, area is equal to, we have, oops, wrong color, 18. And then 3 plus 1 is 4, p to the 4th power. And that is my final answer. All right, and so that completes your 7-1 notes. Have any questions, just let me know.